What up? It's your boy, the Incredible Man, and yes, I am back at it again, and this is my discussion slash review for BOFURI. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Episode 12, the season finale, and boy, oh boy, they know how to end the show on a banger, man. Every moment from start to finish was absolutely glorious, and I loved every single moment, and it was wonderful. And I love being on this journey with Maple and Maple Tree and everybody else in the whole entire episode and show. I just loved every single moment of it. Let's get into it, man.
Just take it, don't wait for someone to break it. Take control and don't just take it, hey, you can make it happen. You just gotta take some action. Take the ship and be the captain.
So, this episode picked up right after last week's episode where they're still continuing to fight the Holy Sword and Pain versus Maple. And it is going down. Pain is like mollywopping Maple Tree. He's putting hands on Maple. And before we get into it, I knew that she was going to have to use atrocity. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it from the beginning of the moment when Pain started winning the fight. I knew it. But let's get into it, man. Wow. Okay. So Pain is going ham. He's doing everything he can to stop Maple from using cover move, from using Hidada, the other one, it's the many parts of atrocity, protector, something with a P, I can't remember. But anyway, he's stopping her from using every move she can. Then she tries to protect Ease. He kills Ease. He tries, Kanada tries to protect Maple and tries to help Maple and take the orbs. He comes up, he kills Kanada. Pain is going ham. Oh my gosh. And everybody else they're stopping everybody else so they can't help Maple. They're preventing everybody from even making it over there. Oh boy. Sally's caught up. Kasame's caught up. Mai and Yui's caught up with Chrome, and he's over there. The Kurmu, I think that's his name. My mind is just trying to process so much, and he's over there defending them. Like, you guys stay close to me. There's so much going on, and Maple is getting beat. She's not getting mollywop, but she's getting beat. And Pain is getting ready to unleash one of his ultimate attacks, and Maple drops her shield, and she hits him with the cannon and the counter from the mech suit, and it stops Pain in his tracks, and it damages him, but it doesn't damage him enough to stop him from attacking her. He still is on the verge of attacking Maple, and everybody else looking like, okay, well, what is Maple going to do? The guild knows what she's going to do, and we know what she's going to do. So they're looking like, okay, well, we won. Pain is going to defeat Maple. Maple turns into atrocity. I knew it was her only trump card left. She used everything else, and it wasn't working for Pain. So I knew atrocity was the only thing she could use left. And the fact that she pulled it out and she came in, and Pain and everybody else was looking like, oh my God, what is this? How? This is not right. And Maple came through. Pain cut off her arms, but Maple came through and just mollywopped. She grabbed Pain. She killed Pain. She killed the number 2 player in the game, the dude that's like super fast and like the assassin. She killed the dude that was fighting Kasame. Not Kasame. Kurmu. She killed the dude. She killed both of those. She killed, I think her name was Frederica. She killed Frederica. She stomped on her. She put up multi-barrier. It was like, as if that would work. And, and Maple just stomped on her, man. There was so much greatness and epicness, and all of that wrapped up like that. I didn't expect it to go long anyway because we knew Maple still had atrocity, but it wrapped up like that, and the rest of the episode, they spent taking the time to destroy other guilds. What? I didn't think of that because there was no way for them to capture the orbs, that many orbs, to compete with the higher up guilds that had a lot more players, which was like Holy Sword and me and the Flame Emperors. So there was no way for them to really compete with those guilds and the guilds that was bigger. So Sally launched an attack. Well, she came up with the idea for them to launch an attack and destroy all the other guilds, whether they're big or small. The only ones they didn't destroy was me and the Flame Emperors and the Holy Sword and maybe like 2 more other I think 2 more other guilds, because I think there were 6 left in total. So they automatically qualified for the top 10, and we see that at the when the little people started talking in the room. It was like, well, okay, well, I guess that's it. We can't. We have 2 extra days that we can't use because like all of the other guilds are destroyed. But in that process of them destroying the guilds, we see Maple Tree helping me and the Flame Emperors, and we see Pain and the Holy Sword kind of hopping on that trend as well. But also this episode, we also find out that neither one of those two are really just upset at Maple, and that's one thing that I really loved from the show itself. It got really real, like when the fight started taking place and everything, but it still kept its light, center, heartfelt fun of it just being a game and them just playing throughout the whole series. And even when Pain decided to raid Maple Tree, it got serious, but after that, him and his whole guild, they were like, oh wow, I can't believe we lost. And the only one that was a little upset was Frederica, and we see her discussing that when they show their guild, but she wasn't so upset. She was just like, well, how is this fair? Look at this. There's no way you can defeat that thing. But Pain tells her that, you know what, hey, Maple earned it fair and square. And I love that, because at the core of the show, that's all it was. And even at the end of the episode, after they destroyed all of the other guilds and they made it and they won and they were in the top 3, we see them having a celebration with the Holy Sword and the Flame Emperors. What? That is epic, man. I have no complaints from this show. A lot of anime, you see certain things and stuff go down, and I didn't like this particular part. I liked this. I didn't like this character. There's not characters I didn't like. There's not moments that I didn't enjoy, and I love a lot of the classic anime and some of the greats: Bleach, One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Inuyasha. There's a bunch of anime that I love. I love a lot of anime. Eye Shield. Slam Dunk. There's so many anime that I love, and I can't really nitpick about. And some of those, they do have moments in there, and I'm pretty sure if I really focus, I could probably find something in BOFURI that I didn't like. But as of right now, as being honest, watching the whole season and enjoying every moment, I have no complaints about this anime. I loved every single moment, and I love that even though they were fighting and they were enemies during the guild wars and during the events, when it's all over, they were able to sit down, have a drink, celebrate, and everything. And I love that for the show. Even at the end of the episode, like coming towards the end, we see them sitting down in Maple Tree and they're showing the highlights, and they're all just looking and everything, and they were like, wow, Maple is just so OP. Even the little people that was discussing the thing, they were like, she's super OP, but one of the dudes stepped up, and I was like, I love how he said that, because they took down her Devour Shield because she could use it unlimited. It was unlimited at the beginning, but they took it down so she can only use it 10 times a day. But the dude was like, no, we're not going to cap her or take down the atrocity or anything, because it's making the other players want to work hard and grind harder in the game, and it's drawing newer players to our game. So let's just leave her where she is and just see how she does. And I love that. And then we see them still at the table watching the highlights and everything, and everyone was like, well, that's fine. And Federico was like, well, we're going to beat you eventually. And Pain was like, yeah, we'll find something I'll get stronger. And then Sally was like, well, by that time, Maple is bound to find some new skill or something to just defeat you guys. And everybody in Maple Tree was like, yep, that's definitely right. There's no way. I mean, you guys are good, but like, she's going to find something else that's super rare and super OP. And it was nice for them to be able to sit down and have fun and just discuss everything that happened. And I, as an onlooker, it felt so good to see that, because it wasn't, at that point, it wasn't serious anymore. The event wasn't taking place, so they were all just having a nice, wonderful time. And at the end of the episode, when they do the little chat thing, we see all these people's like, wow, I love Maple. Maple's so strong and everything's going on. And it was like, I can't wait to see more from her. And they were like, me too, and agreed. And so much of the people wanted to see more from Maple. And at the very end, we see a title screen, and it says BOFURI, and then it shows Maple's shield. And at that moment, the shield splits apart, and there's 2. Now, I don't know for sure. I definitely have to do some research on it, but I guarantee you we're definitely getting a season 2 because the show was so good and it was so wonderful. There's no way we can't get a season 2 because it was just that good. I loved every single moment of it, and I'm not the only one. There's plenty of people that's reacting to the anime, and I know it's a wonderful anime, so it definitely has to have a season 2, man. That's everything that happened this episode, and I told you guys how I loved it. So comment down below and let me know if you guys were satisfied with the ending, and are you excited for a season 2? Because I definitely believe there is, because at the end with the title screen and it split the shield and there were 2 shields, there's definitely got to be a season 2, man. This is your boy The Incredible. Don't forget to smash that like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.
Are we gonna play now? Ready for the show? I'm about to take down, you already know. Get the fuck out of my face now, yeah, you got it.